guess it's time to finally stop avoiding this one, and that is Dynasty Warriors 9, a game I was at one point before purchasing on day 1 of release looking eagerly forward to. This one would act as a renewal of the series and be changed to open world. Yes, you heard me, open world Dynasty Warriors game. To quote, capture the atmosphere of ancient China. Maps of course are not 100% accurate to history, but the game was trying to add realism to it.
In the life, 8 or 9 or 10 things go against one's wishes. This one gonna take all my extra lives.
Now you see why I didn't want to do this one.
Continue, boy. We must. May my gods forgive me.
Well, first off, this included Mandarin dub with all home console releases, something the team always wanted to do, which is pretty cool. Another feature which so far is only in this one, as messages pop up from generals and officers about attacking, retreating, etc. It's animated, not several still pictures. It's just a bit jarring at first, but a really cool feature, but shocking it's not in any other titles. And believe me, I know because I just played through both series, and the most recent one being Dynasty Warriors Origins. Several characters got new voice actors for English dub, while some are meh, like Sour Doom, which is kind of disappointing. Ping Tong, I actually enjoy his a lot. And as I said earlier, this game is open world, with towns, castles, camps, etc. that once discovered you can fast travel to. In fact, there's watchtowers that you can get equal point of view shot, discovering more of the map, akin to a game like Assassin's Creed. Let's just get this out of the way real quick. I don't think open world idea is bad, but I think this map is way too big, like 30% of it should have been trimmed down. For example, if you're outside the battle zones exploring, most times there is nothing going on. Seriously, nothing. The game is so big that they even added auto run, so you could just sit back and watch nothing happen as your character rides from this long ass point A to point B. And this is most of the game if not in the combat areas. Sure, you may occasionally see bandits or animals, but most times it's nothing. In fact, instead of following the path, I usually just speed my way through the dense forests and mountains, better than going all around. At least you see wildlife like tigers, bears, and wolves, with some bandits. That's if you don't get stuck on trees or have a slippery slope that you can't get over with the camera going ape shit. And don't try to auto run in camps and castle towns, because a lot of times the AI for the mounts just goes stupid, as you see here with what the hell's going on. Granted, the more you ride your horse, the more stats it gets, with stamina increasing as well for longer sprints. But seriously, it's pretty boring.
Tiger. 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 Wolf. Wolfie. Wolfie.
Dear lord, word of advice, I suggest playing the game naturally and discover stuff when they are close by to the combat. If you go for all the fast travel points off the get-go, you will die of boredom. The game also includes the day and night cycle from Spirit Sonda, which makes sense, the game is open world. At least it makes resource gathering interesting, granted you are just running over the items and not really doing anything to get them. The bow is brought back with various arrows for combat, all hunting, which you can't hunt in this game, and fish, even lay traps, usually to gather more resources or even capture animals like wolves, bears, and tigers, which you can assign to your party as long as you have points to assign them. Doing this basically grants you your bodyguard unit, which is animal based. Kinda cool. You can even have other playable characters follow you too, and be an officer under you and ride around with you, which is good too because it allows them to level up, for which you can use later on. Another feature is the grappling hook, which honestly is a lifesaver because some of these castles are huge, and it's the fastest way over walls instead of running around. Various shops offer food to boost stats, craft, or buy equipment that you can add passives to for a price and allow you to equip the accessories or weapons as well. Even do odd end jobs and side quests, leveling up your stats, which is a huge factor in this game besides the standard health, attack, defense, muso. We now have a stamina bar which affects your sprinting speed or your dodge roll, which yeah, we got the Dynasty Warriors dodge roll. That's cool.
Avoid the main stuff until
I'm about to get to it.
mighty magician I am. Your shot is red.
Wow, that was cool. Well, you choose from a roster of 90 characters. Holy shit, that's as many as Warriors of Road GC. That's crazy. I do like a lot of redesigns on most of the characters. In fact, the character select menu is rather nice looking, and for the most part, when you're equipping gear or just kind of standing around, the models look nice. But that's before you see most cutscenes of just the characters doing this and talking about plans and whatnot. Yeah, the detailed cutscenes of the past aren't really here. Unless it's, you know, a character-specific one, which still uses the in-game models but gets more animated than the standard ones I'm showing here. Like a one guy's famous scene at Chiba.
fire ships also! On behalf of the entire Sun family, I've come to offer you our warmest greetings!
If you leave this behind you and yield the land to Liu Bei once and for all, I will bestow upon you the deepest secrets of the mystic.
I'm sorry, but I have absolutely no intention of walking the road of a mystic. I will ask you one last time. What exactly are you?
Tiger of Shangdang, you will die here! How can I possibly end here? Like this? Father! Father! No matter what, I cannot appear weak before them. Ride! Sir! Gwen! You must remember, the future of our family is now in your hands!
See, if more characters were like that as characters talk, it wouldn't be so bad. We do get a lot of these standing around doing nothing, almost like a MMO types, which is weird. Doesn't help the game has a lot of loading screens, and a lot is an understatement. It's because the game is loading all the units on the open world map. Granted, I'm playing this on the PS5, I do feel the load times are faster, but there is some screen tearing, so pick your poison. Long story short, most battles in this game are a bunch of small skirmishes allowing you to complete side missions that affect the overall level of the big battle. Officers are always moving on the map in real time and participating in these battles. Most battles are very small and pretty quickly, especially with the new, once again, revamped combat. Again, any character can equip any weapon, but they do have preferred ones. The dual weapon system is gone and replaced with this new weapon system that allows you to assign gems to skills separated into moves. These can improve damage or add an element. Charge moves are now called reactive attacks and broken down to separating attacks, smash attacks, dash attacks, guard break, counter attacks, assault attacks, and finish attacks being a simple button prompt. Along with trigger attacks holding R1. Basic combo is a new flow attack with 4 different combos added to it depending on the enemy standing or in the air, etc. It's really broken and boring system. Like the Rimbu system, Dynasty Warriors 6 is better than this. Like a lot of the new flow attacks will just feel floaty, and it's true because most times I hit the officer in the air for immediate follow up and press triangle when prompted for instant kill, as long as their armor is depleted. Honestly, you can just press square till the triangle prompt comes up and end the fight instantly in most cases. Even harder fights with the higher level officers are not really challenging thanks to this new system. Yeah, they hit harder, but you can have health recovery items and keep on them. You can hit them in the air multiple times with just pressing square till they are dead. We do get 2 Musos for each character, air and ground one, with the ground one having a unique finisher with characters, even if they're using the same weapon. But overall, this game is boring as most times we're not doing combat or working on gear, and being single player sucks.
Thank my gods. Don't think I had it in me for this.
Well, guess what? 8 months later, as a free update, split screen was added.
I don't have enough sake for this, do I?
And it actually makes the game better. No, seriously, one character can complete missions while one is back in town working on weapons that appear in both inventories. Hell, even travel all the way across the map too. This game was made for 2 players. It makes completing tasks and objectives to this open world more tolerable. I'm so glad this was added. Interesting note, when choosing a story, you choose a character and play through their chapter via a timeline. Some only get a few chapters for obvious reasons, but once you complete their story, you can use any character in free mode to play their story route again. Just again, a lot of load times, which was the reason I stopped playing this barely a month in. Again, I do believe the PS5 loads is much faster, and the fact we got 2 players split screen makes the game better. You can purchase hideaways on the map akin to GTA Vice City businesses or house buying. You can customize these with furniture or even invite characters over for bonding moments. Another interesting feature, you can run into playable characters roaming cities and castles in their respective kingdoms' territory, and even do side quests for them. Overall, the game isn't flat out terrible, just a lot of issues. As stated before, the open world was kinda done poorly, it needed a lot of trimming and fixing. The combat in general is lackluster, like it has a few okay things with its skill system, but makes Dynasty Warriors 6 look like a masterpiece. However, playing 2-player split screen is a better experience overall. Now granted, this game loves its numbers, and you will see a lot of builds with its accessory system, gem system, and spending skill points on stats. It's hard to recommend this one because it's so drastically different compared to the last several main installments. I would have loved to see this system more redefined, but we got Origins instead, and that one is definitely a better gameplay experience, minus lack of characters playable. If interested, I say give this one a go, but for a better Dynasty Warriors experience, stick with Dynasty Warriors 8 Extreme Legends Complete Edition. And don't get me started on the DLC, this game has a lot of DLC including costumes and even weapon packs, aka old weapons from the last installments not present in this title. The only one I could reasonably vouch for was the character DLC pack, since it does add 4 new characters to the game and the story, so like Extreme Legends add-on. But man, so many costumes and the prices are crazy, like over hundreds of dollars if bought individually. Even packs, it's insane how much it would cost. And with that, this was Musouary, and I hope you enjoyed it, learned some new things, or had some questions answered. It was a huge task to do this, and glad it's finally over, and I enjoyed this. Like going through all the games made me appreciate the series so much more, with all its improvements, weird one-time ideas, and character designs, including its quirky moments. This series will always be a great time killer for me, and I hope to play many more in the future. Thank you all for joining this dive into the long journey with me.